Learning principle number 4. To develop mastery, students must acquire component skills, practice integrating them, and know when to apply what they have learned. This means that if a task requires the use of multiple skills, it is better to have the opportunity to practice each skill in isolation first. The combination of all skills will go better once each sub-skill is given its due practice. For example, in a math class, if the students have to both solve for x and graph the equation 3x equals 6y squared minus 21, it is better to explain and practice each step in isolation at some moment. In a later moment, the relationship between solving for x and graphing the results should be reinforced. The principle of learning component skills has to do with the concept of cognitive load. When a concept is new, it needs to be the focus of one's exploration. Trying to understand too many new concepts together all at once can lead to cognitive overload, which results in confusion and does not result in learning. Learning principle number 5. Goal-directed practice coupled with targeted feedback enhances the quality of students' learning. This principle advises us teachers in 2 specific areas. 1, we need to communicate to students what their objectives and goals should be. And 2, we should provide learners with targeted feedback. This means not simply to give students the correct answer when they make a mistake, but to guide them on the steps to arriving at the correct answer themselves with that guidance. In this way, students not only learn more, but they also develop skills for future learning, which leads logically to the next learning principle. Learning principle number 6. To become self-directed learners, students must learn to assess the demands of the task, evaluate their own knowledge and skills, plan their approach, monitor their progress, and adjust their strategies as needed. Learners must be able to monitor not just the correctness of their answers, but also their own learning processes. The best way to develop this awareness in students is by asking them to reflect back on their learning and evaluate their own performance. Learning principle number 7. Students' current level of development interacts with the social, emotional, and intellectual climate of the course. We must ensure that our lessons are appropriate for the developmental phase of our students, as well as their social and emotional needs. As discussed in Module 2, learners need to feel comfortable enough in class to experiment and express themselves. When they do not feel that way, the affective filter will stop them from learning as much as they were prepared to learn. We will return to the issue of creating a positive classroom environment in Module 5. This is the reference used for this text.